First thing I do when I get up here to the sawmill is pour myself a nice little cup of coffee. Sit back and look at my timber, look at the mill, and think about what I want to do for the day. That's a heck of a way to start out a day, guys. Guys, something else to cover here. Some of you people that run sawmills out there, might be old hat for some of you. Filling up the water tank here on the sawmill during the spring and summer and the fall. I run just about 100% water all the time. If I'm sawing any kind of yellow pine or white pine, I'll put a little pine saw in here to help with the pitch. And I think it helps just a little in keeping that pitch off the blade. Some guys use straight diesel. You know, I've never used that before, but I've seen it done and it works pretty good. I like using water. But in the winter time when stuff gets cold, it's about 38 degrees out here today, you better be using some de-icer. This is some windshield washer fluid, and this was about $1.88. I tried to get it at Walmart. That's the cheapest place I found it. Napa and AutoZone had this stuff, but they want like $4 for it. It's ridiculous what they're charging compared to what Walmart has it for. Now, a lot of people in the forums talked about diluting this stuff to make it go further. I don't recommend that. That's happened to me last year. I went 50-50 on this mixture. It froze in the line. The filter was frozen. The fittings that go to the pump got frozen and they pretty much shattered. And I had to buy all new fittings for this thing. It was a really terrible day. It shut me down. I had to order new parts. So just pay a little bit more, guys, and put this stuff in here at 100%. And take away that risk of having it freeze on you. Because when it freezes up, guys, trust me by experience, it's a bad day. Friends, welcome back to the sawmill. It's Sunday. Got two things to share here real fast. I got this little handmade sign from my buddy Ken Buck up in New Jersey. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly there, bud. But he's got a woodworking business up there and he made me this little sign and it sure does fit the bill for us here at the sawmill. I'm telling you, check it out. I was normal 3 cats ago. We got a real kick out of that, buddy. I really appreciate the sign. When the new shop's done, this will be going on the wall. I really appreciate it. Got one more thing to show you here, guys. We'll talk about this timber. All right, guys. The second thing is I got my silver play button from YouTube the other day. I put that on Instagram a few days ago when it came, and I got it pretty fast, actually. We hit 100,000 subscribers back on December the 15th. And around Christmas time, I got a little notification I was eligible for it, so I put my order in. And actually, YouTube gives this to you. They don't charge you for it or nothing like that, but pretty neat to finally get this. We hit 100,000 subscribers right there in the 1st of December, and to get this play button really makes it, official, I guess. And really proud of this. It took me about 5 years to finally get to this point on the channel. As you can see, if I can get it to zoom in there right, it pretty much says presented out of the woods for 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Really want to thank you guys for making this happen for me. Without you guys subscribing to this channel, this would never happen. So thank you all very much for watching me here for the past few years. I really appreciate it. So, fresh coffee, 3rd cup since I've been up here. Tulip poplar. I'm sawing 1x8s, 1x10s, and 1x6s right now for a buddy of mine for some barn doors. I need a little bit of all those dimensions to finish up the order. I got about 200 feet cut. I need 100 more board feet and we'll be finished up. I'll probably won't get it out of this one log right here, but I got one more poplar behind this one to finish it off. So we'll run through these pretty fast actually. I'm going to work myself down to a 6-inch cant. Then do my 6-inch boards and work my 1x8s and 1x10s on the cuts around my cant right here. We'll edge them after we get the 1x6 worked up. So stick here with me, guys. It's going to be a good day here at the mill. It's always a good day here at the mill. I don't think I've ever had a bad day here at the mill, come to think of it. No? Never had a bad day. Love this hot coffee. I love it. Guys, let me show you something here. Look over my little terrible attempt at drawing a square right there at that lumber crayon. Didn't turn out too good, but this is what I'm after. I want to come down on both sides, on the top and the bottom, and make some cuts to get to my 6-inch cant right there. And the reason you don't come down here and just cut till you get to 6 inches from the bed is because your pith won't be centered. It could be on the top, it could be 2/3 of the way down, who knows? So you want to plan out your sawing, and this is how I was taught. To come down here, I'll do a little measurement off camera to make sure. I think I'll make about 4 cuts right here with 1-inch boards. Then I'll flip my cant 180 and do the same thing till I get to 6 inches. And then I'll be left with a 6-inch cant with the pith almost directly in the center. That's what you're after. And you do the same thing on the sides right here. You take these boards off, and we'll get our 1x8s and 1x10s out of those. And then the 1x6s will come from this cant right here in the middle. I hope that was about as clear as mud. Try to answer some questions I get in the comments here on how I look at sawing. And that's the way I was taught, to work around the pith and have an idea of what you want in that middle right there. Either it be a pallet cant, a mantle, 1x6s, whatever you're going to be making. If this is going to be a 12-inch cant, same principle. You won't come down as far because you're going to have a bigger cant right there in the middle. So hopefully that'll help out some of you rookies that just got into sawmilling. I made 4 cuts, and I threw those in the loading arms. We'll edge those down to 1x10s, and here in a few weeks, we will use this machine right here to be doing that. See those double blades in there? That's a nice machine right there. I'm looking forward to getting that one set up here finally. But for now, we'll put those in the sawmill, make those into 1x10s. And I flipped over our timber 180. And here's what you do now. Come back here on the controls, and I go into pattern mode. And I think it's number 10 right there. So what we got there is pattern mode. I will cut 1x's right there all the way down until I get a 6-inch timber on the mill, or a 6-inch cant, same thing. And that way you know you can't mess it up. I'll come down on my first cut, and that will be a waist cut to get me in the pattern mode. And then I'll be left with nothing but 1-inch boards and my 6-inch cant on the very bottom. And real quick, guys, if you're looking to buy a sawmill, this is no paid promotion or nothing like that, I would highly recommend on your Wood-Mizer add this AccuSet 2 right here. If you're doing a lot of high production sawing, this pattern mode with stuff like this, you can program all these different settings in here, you know, 2 1/4 right there. There's an 8-inch cant, the same thing. You saw down till you get an 8-inch cant. I use that for the timber frame. Tons of programmable features right here, guys. And if you're doing a lot of big orders and you're a high production sawmill, and that's what you want to get into, this right here is well worth the money, guys. I highly recommend it.